Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my first episode of Wartales. Yeah, this is going to be the introduction episode, so it's probably going to take a little bit longer as I need to explain lots of things. So, what is Wartales? Well, it's a turn-based combat game centered around a band of mercenaries who are traveling several provinces in a fictional country. We have different kind of backgrounds for those mercenaries. We have all kinds of quests we can do. And one of the most important things we have to do is get border passes to move from one area to another, with the exception of one area, if I'm not mistaken. And that's too soon. Now I completely forgot what I was about to do. We have to move from one area to another for sure. So there are a couple of things to do. This game is released a while ago, as you can see in 2021. It currently has three different DLCs, and out of those three, I've only played one, and not even completely. But I really liked that DLC. I like the combat system. Now, the band of mercenaries, and let's start with the new game already. I can choose for different backgrounds, like apprentice friends looking for an adventure. If I pick that one, I get more influence but less raw materials. Influence is good because it's needed for some actions, but more important, it's also needed for recruiting new members in a tavern. Raw materials are used for repairs, so starting with somewhat less is not nice. Starting companions: swordsman, ranger, archer, brute. Um, Out of this combination, I always like to have an archer and a ranger. And the reason for that, archers and rangers, there are two different characters. An archer is purely a bow guy. No matter what, this guy uses a bow. A ranger, however, doesn't use a bow. It's more like a rogue type person you see in RPGs and some MMOs. So this one is perfect to sneak up behind opponents and slit the throats, backstabbing and all. Swordsman is pretty self-explaining, I think. And brute is what the name says, a big guy which usually use a club or a big hammer. I am looking for something meanwhile. So that's one thing. Then we have men escorting merchants who lost their employer. You get 150 extra crowns, but you lose 2 medicine. Swordsman, spearman. Spearman is basically the guy with the pointy stick. A warrior is the guy with the axe. And once again, one with the club or the big hammer. Swordsmen can also use two-handed swords. Warriors can use two-handed axes. Deserters, fleeing an abusive captain. You get more raw materials, but you start with 50 suspicion. And suspicion is the thing you actually don't want to go up unless, that's the nice part, you want to fight the guards, which is very hard to do. So what we got? Well, a swordsman, sword, axe, archer, ranger. It is actually one of my better starting options because of the plus 10 raw materials. Young farmers looking for a better life. So you get plus 10 bread but less happiness. Club, spear, archer. It's not exactly the best start, but the two happiness can be dealt with quite easily. But yeah, you miss the stronger, tanky, offensive ones. Spearmen are nice, but they're more support units. Bandits looking to escape the guards. You start with no, you start with 8 stolen items, 2 different ones. Which means the moment you encounter a guard or the moment the guards spot you, they will come to you and probably confiscate the shit. And that's not nice. The only good thing, you start with 2 rangers. So backstabbing is easy. 1 brute. Downside, the 2 rangers and the archer basically make it somewhat more weak. You can attack them from a distance, but you have to use a ranger to start tanky, which doesn't work until you're able to recruit more people. Shipwrecked pirate crew. That's part of one of the DLCs. And we will get to there once we reach level 12, which will be quite some time. Minus 50 fatigue, so when we start out, it won't be long before you actually have to camp out. I don't know if this is always happening or only at the start. I did play this once, and I can't remember. The plus 10 wood is nice because it's one of the requirements for building stuff. Pugilist, that's a fist guy. Not really using fist, but fist weapons, so think about knuckles with a dagger on it, things like that. Claws. It's pretty strong. Ranger, backstabbing, warrior, axe, archer. So, well, 1 tank and 2 more, uh, 2 characters which are actually meant to mop up and 1 background support. It's not really. This is an interesting one. Associates, associates, associates looking for a village where they can set up their tavern. 1 cooking pot. Cooking pot is needed to make your own food. Your brute, which is the guy with the club, is already a cook. That's a disadvantage because you want the strong guys, the tanky guys doing heavy jobs. And I will get to that in a bit later. We got a supporting with the spearman, we got an archer and a ranger. In general, it is a pretty strong group. You got the tanky, you got somebody who can support him, either from the back or from the sides, because the spearman has a reach which go past the brute. So if I put him behind him, spearman behind the brute, the spearman can attack the same character the brute is fighting, damage it without going through the brute. The archer is the background support again, and the ranger is, yeah, backstabbing. Something inside is really asking for attention over here. That's the disadvantage of having a cat. Anyway, Brothers in Arms Legion retirees. The Legion is one of the factions we will encounter. Start with crossbowman, a warrior, a brute, and a ranger, and plus 10 braised chicken as food. I never started this one, so I have no idea at all what path they are going to choose. So let's pick this one because a warrior is X. I will add another X guy later, so that's the disadvantage. Crossbowman is quite nice. Backstabbing and then no, we're going with the apprentice friends still because of I know this one is more balanced as that one. Although the crossbowman is or woman is pretty strong, but we'll get to that later. Oh wait, did I pick? Yeah, the apprentice friends. So now the next is our destiny. Used to long walks. So fatigue stacks less for the 10% lags. So that means basically you can walk more before you have to camp out. Cunning fighters, influence and experience gained in combat increased by 10%. It's nice, but the disadvantage from that is that you may level up pretty fast. And because of that, you will face enemies which are above your level or could be above your level, while your gear isn't ready for it. So it's not really something I would pick. Incredible resilience, 10% constitution. Good, they're very healthy. Excellent at slap games. More critical damage. And I have to check actually something about what is recommended. There's a lot of doesn't show it here. There is something about what you need. And quick learners, experience gained for each profession increased by 10%. Personally, I prefer to have this one. Stronger constitution. Yes, okay, I will do some less damage for some characters. Maybe it won't help. But for me, the most important is they also won't be easily killed. Getting critical damage increased by 10%. The damage itself is nice, but what you really want to have is the chance to do critical damage. I mean, if my chance is 1%, then it's nice to do 10% extra, but out of the 100 hits, getting one critical hit isn't that useful because if your health is that low. So I will do this. The last thing is always the funniest one, the flaws. First of all, serious lack of self-confidence. willpower reduced by 1. The thing with willpower is that it's needed to keep alive, but also morale. So if I reduce it by 1, it's even harder for my group to keep morale and make sure they don't flee or to avoid being killed. Very hard time getting up. That means there's always a 10% chance something happens. The danger level is 10% base. Some situations, not the best, because you want to keep it as low as possible. And there we go. Critical hits reduced by 3%. That's a no. Eternal dissatisfaction. And surprisingly, this is the one I always pick. Because that -1 happiness can easily be counted. While this one, companions carrying capacity decreased by 1, that also means that I start out with 4 companions. I already lose 4 carrying weight, and I don't want to do that. So we go in once again, dissatisfaction. This is the other ones are well, no, the other ones are simply taking too much effort to counter. This is very easily to counter. Maybe even the easiest. I will go for region locked, and this is probably something where the more experienced players will come at me about why. Because, yeah, there are 2 modes. The adaptive is nice. Everything adapts to my group size and units power. But that also means if I, for instance, have a team made up of, I think, 10 characters for one for each profession we have, and I get to professions too. 10 characters and a pack of 3 wolves, a pack of 3 bears, a pack of 3 uh, croc swines, a pack of 3 boars. Then I got 22 team members plus my ponies, because I will need more than one. So let's say I got a 30 character group. As soon as I use adaptive exploration and I come to a region where I usually very easy am able to deal with the opponents because they are matched to my level and whatever. After level 6, it's still easy for me, or at least not hard. If I do adaptive and they will increase in size and everything, that means the opponents also are going up. And I know there is one region in this game which is bloody hard to do things, especially in one of the main quests. So it sounds nice, but region locked exploration simply sets each region to a certain level, and at some point I may actually be overpowered. It also mentions this: you need to improve your troop before you can explore more dangerous areas and fight more powerful enemies. So I can stay in the starting region for a while, then move to the next, knowing that I will encounter the same level over there and not in this one getting fully overpowered. I know that each of the regions, and it doesn't actually match this map, but I know that each of the regions have a minimum required level, and I will simply be able to make sure that I will enter at that point or be above it, although that will be harder. Then we have starting regions, and I can go where I want. We have Tiltren, we have Vertrus, that's one of the provinces we will visit secondly. This is basically tutorial country, although mm, experienced, experienced, free. Starting region. This is usually the second region people visit, or the third. County of Arthes is one of the other regions which is either second or third. So we're going to Tiltren. That's the normal reason. And here we are. As you can see, three guys. Currently three guys. So let's start by doing this. I can pick traits for a pony. Strong and stocky are important ones. For negative, I can easily pick anything because I'm not going to use it. Drunkard, however, will make him use always demand alcohol. Glutton is extra food. Club-footed is reduced movement. I don't know if that's actually having influence on the world map, so I don't pick that. Unlucky, well, it's not going to fight, so unlucky or depressed are the most usual options for him. And of course, I can choose how it looks. This looks kind of nice. So let's see. I think I go for the kind of nice. Oh wait, that was this one. But this one looks better. So that's the pony. Then we have the brutes. Male, let's see, face. Yeah, that's better. Little bit. No hair. Hair color can change a little bit. Facial hair, leave it. Clothing, I'll leave this. He has pounds. This is a single-handed weapon. I can also pick a big hammer. In that case, we get ram. 3 damage to all units in the area. So it's probably swinging. And the problem is all units, including friendlies. No. 50% extra damage versus units that has armor. Nope, I'm not going to do that. 2 to 3 damage to target, increased by 50% is target still have armor. I prefer that. Wrath is something you can use the moment they have less than 50% health. I prefer even lower. It costs one of my special action points, which are called VPs in this game, but the result is usually a full kill. Another option I can pick, first aid, taunt, but I go for wrath. So, and I will also do that. There's a reason for that. So, traits. Bloodthirsty, very good. Extra critical hits. Um, Brawny or strong? Now I need to think and check, actually. Strong, thick-skinned, and solitary. But thick-skinned. Ah, yeah. So, and as a negative, and here we go. Glutton needs extra food. Pickpockets, extra wages. Lazy, profession, experience. No, that's not me. It's a good thing. Stupid. Nope. Club-footed. Nope, because your movement is reduced by 1, and that's a fixed number. Nope. Don't want it to have less constitution. I don't want to reduce, and I don't want to reduce the willpower, so not the carrying capacity. So drunkard. Personally, I prefer glutton or drunkard. And in this case, I hope he forgives me. Drunkard. So that's one. Then we have the ranger. There we go. Step. Obviously. Utility, wrath, run, or first aid. And I prefer first aid on my rangers because they were going for movement. Run is nice. Disengage, move in a straight line up to 5 meters. It cost me a victory point, but I won't use it that much because, like I said, this is the backstabber, the finisher. First aid is more useful on her. Reason, as it says, healing dying allies and removing stacks of poison, bleeding, and burning. So this is going to be. Let's see. This is actually not that bad. For a ranger, I will need to start. Where is it? Nimble, bloodthirsty, because of the critical hit. Nimble is extra movement, also more dexterity. And random, well, she's going to earn that +3, trust me. Sword guy. Let's do the appearance randomly. More. No, too old. By the way, that doesn't work. That's weird. Ah, no, starting weapon. That's the big sword. I prefer sword and board, but there's a reason for it, which I will also explain. I got a lot of explaining to do in the upcoming. So, taunt, wrath, healing. No, wrath. I need to get the name. Not sure if I pick this one. This is nice. The S is for sword in this case. So, what? Well, bloodthirsty is always a good one. Thick-skinned or strong. Let's go for strong this time. Random glutton. As you can see, I try to space out my. I don't like this name. For that. Yeah. I try to space out the negative traits over my crew. And finally, let's do it this time. Shoot, I can't pick another option. First aid is a good choice for an archer. Aim is also a good choice for an archer, because that will increase my rage, doubled even. So let's see. Nope, nope, nope. Ooh, this is Grumpy's. Slightly young, but I may get him a somewhat older face. No, not like that. That's too old. That's really too old. Grumpy. That's better. Let's stick to that. So, let's see. I need to know. Here we go. Nimble. Always. Dexterity. And bloodthirsty for the critical hits. Yep. Negatives. Actually go scrawny, because this one shouldn't get involved in personal fights. So that's all that. Let's start out. we go. There we go. So we got the companions. I'll hide that. I can't hide that yet. So this is where we are. Let's work this out first. Camp. I will use the quick keys later. So all of them are sitting at the campfire. Horsey is there. I can turn my map. What I'm currently looking for is him, because I'm going to put him. Oh, I can't do that yet. I need to do that here. Turn the archer into a tinkerer and done. There's a reason I'm going to do that. So in the camp we have access to my inventory. I can actually access that later too. We see 15 raw materials, 5 medicine, 12 apples and 12 bread. Can put the pony elsewhere later. Now I'm here. The campfire, if I pick that one, I have to move food items, including beverages, if when needed, and in this case I do need it, into here. Wages are reduced from that. I clicked, and when I click at rest, time passes for everybody to rest. So I'm not going to do that. We have the map. As you see, question mark, there's something here. This is our game world. We have a very nice fog of war here. And as long as I don't discover anything, I can't see. We have a compendium, which tells me something I can learn for knowledge points. Knowledge points are shown here. We get them later. I will hide undiscovered. Reason, it helps me to avoid clustering the screen with all kind of things. I mean, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. What does it do? I don't know yet. If I hide it, look, we only have advanced knowledge, which is actually requiring 2 points, and normal knowledge, which requires 1 point. Rationing will be a good one, by the way. Then we have the workshop. Same thing. Look, all those question marks. Something I need to learn from a recipe. Something I can learn from a knowledge point. Saddlebags are useful. So, yeah. But if I do this, life is so much easier. We have a campfire, a workshop. I can build a tent, a hitching post, a cooking pot, a camp chest, and a whip. And once I do that, once I have built it once, we get a new recipe. So that makes it a lot easier. These are my other professions. And that's why I did this. Assigned profession tinkerer. He can do stuff. The arrow is aptitude points. I earn them when my character level up. When I use those, I can change one attribute, and at certain levels I can pick a specific specialization. I will get into the specializations later, otherwise I'm just doing introductions and nothing else. But each character has their own, including the pony. This is something we will get to, the region scenario. Our knowledge points we get from doing, not from doing, yeah, some quests may give it, but we get them from discoveries. So when we discover stuff, we will get points. And at some point, we also have a profession which is able to give me knowledge points each and every rest. I wanted level suspicion. I want to keep this as low as possible. That's the team. As you can see, general bonus, 10% constitution, 1 happiness reduced. Equipment gives increase the troops' happiness by 3. So, like I said, it's already counted. And I make 2 raw materials during each rest because he is assigned to the workshop. Which I, by the way, want to move elsewhere. Because there's a lot more going to happen later. Like that and like that. So we did this part. Companion. Last is path. And this is a nice one. We have challenges. Blacksmith, forging tier 1 weapons armor, bounty hunter, 5 mission complete. That's one I usually always do. So it's not really difficult. Famous 200 influence. I told you it was important. Magnanimous. Allow 10 enemies to flee the battle after a loss of morale. We will get there at some point. Thrower, left-hand weapons. That's something the rangers are going to do. For the power and glory path, the first level 5 points. It unlocks parts here. Special troop challenge. 2 positive relationships within the troop. Gives me 1 power point. And you noticed I moved my characters. That's why. Then we have trade and craftsmanship. This basically unlocks if I had picked that group of mercenaries who lost the traders. 5 wages on time, easy. 5 cooking recipes learned, easy. Good payer, 10 times rest with no wage left to pay. Basically, those two are connected. Tinkerer, 50 items in the workshop, will be easy. At some point it will slow down, but it will be easy. And trade missions, we'll get to that. Then, crime and chaos. This is the hardest path, and that's the pirate team doing that. Maybe some others too, I don't know. But this is really the hardest part because you have to go full against everything. Still, I can unlock points here. Accumulate 250 suspicion. That'll happen at some point. Unprincipled, 5 ambushes against humans. I will do that. It gives me 1 power point. That's a disadvantage. Pickpocket, 500 crowns worth of items. 1 power point. It will take some time, but I can manage that. Nimble fingers, 5 lockpicks. Yeah, easy. But to get that 5 PP, to get from level 1 to level 2, will take quite some time. Basically because of this two. I will only use these two most of the time. Then mysteries and wisdom. This is a nice path. I don't know what's connected to it. Which starts. I will have to find out. Alchemist. 5 tier 1 alchemy recipes. Medicine. 5 location discovered. Yep, we're going to discover a lot of locations, so we will get this one. Blaster, throwing bombs. Some points I will do that. Collect 100 resources. That's something that's going on forever. Using oils, I'll get to that later because we need to be in town. And knowledge points spent, that has to do with the companion. So eventually we get everything done. So, path done. Now, here we are. And there we go. Lurian ship washed on. We can actually go to the map now, because it was really fast, everything. That's the rumor about the shipwreck. Then there's a tavern available we can buy at some point. Skelmar invasion. Go to Ormonds County to find out more. And lastly, Arthur's Black Market to get into the pits. There's a lot of things to be explored. First of all, I need to go with the team to another area, and I won't do this all the time. We picked up Comfrey. Then, game is a little bit laggy. We get this. Bandits, it was shown by that skull. Shown already by the skull, those are the bad guys. One hoodlum, one poacher. We have to fight. And this is the aspect of the game I like a lot. Combat. This is me, that's opponent. Now, before I start, this is the guy who's going first. I can do that 2 ways. First of all, because of the triangle we see over here. And second of all, by doing this. I know he will be played first. So one good strategy is, in this case, making sure that my team is set in a good way. I can do 2 things right now. I can move and I can shoot. What I'm going to do is shoot him. As you can see, that's 5 damage. I want to be sure that I'm safe. So that's number 1. The next one, usually I prefer her because of the speed. This time I'm going to send him in. And bang. Now, engaged, as you can see by the sword, he can only fight back. The nice part, and that's one of the things this small tutorial didn't show, I can actually turn the screen to get a better view. The nice part is he won't be able, if I end my turn, he won't be able to shoot. He has to use his fist, which barely does any damage. So, once again, move forward, strike, and the numbers above are showing my options. Now, let's disable strike for a moment. he has 8 armor. I can actually select him. He has 8 armor and 14 health. This is his attack, a poisoning attack, which means my guy will get an attack which is going to poison you. But my guy is able to do 5 to 6 damage. He starts with 8, so I'm doing his armor will be destroyed to 3 or 2. And my guy did 6. And now comes the ranger. 2 options, him or him. And in this case, I'm going to pick, I can do it from this way. She has a stab, watch. So he has 2 armor left, 14 health, and then she comes in. Yellow number means critical hit, and look at that. Can end my turn. 5 damage with some poison. Done. Time to move an archer. Usually don't turn my screen, so I have to get used to that. Position him behind him. Let's see if we get the cinematic. They can be pretty brute, actually. Like that. That's the backstab. Now we get galvanization. What does it mean? Well, more damage for 1. Better morale, that's number 2. She got no skills left. I won't do anything with this yet, because I will need it. What I can do is move up to him, for instance, use that one and heal. Like I said, I'm not going to do that. I am going to pounce him. Done. Fight is over. What do I get? 1 dagger, some crowns. I'm going to loot it all. But more important, Patricia, using a shift, +2 dexterity, stab skill. I got a damaged dagger giving me +1 dexterity. If we look at dexterity, then it increases the skill damage based on dexterity and critical hit. So her current damage is 6 to 8. If I use this one, it's also 6 to 8, but we also have the poison modifier. So things actually got better. That's number 1. Second thing, Christoph leveled. He had enough experience to get to level 2. Choices: Vanguard using medium armor, medium helmet. Smasher, medium armor helmet. And Destroyer. And I think what I'm going to use is Destroyer. So I'm going to do 4 to 5 damage to the target and applying weakening. Weakening means they're more vulnerable. With Smasher, it's 4 to all units in the area. So that's an area attack, which means I can also damage my own teammates. This is my choice. The other one, the double plus or the single plus, means increasing. Willpower needs to be 15 ASAP. So that's number one. No profession yet. I will have to repair. So we have pound still. That's the base attack of the weapon. We got weakening blow. That's costing me a victory point if I use it. And we have wrath. So currently I got 3 different attacks for this guy. We got 90 out of 200. 130 out of 200. So, and 170 out of 200. We're going to repair everything. And done. Time to pick up some other stuff. Oh, I have my ambient sounds on. What we picked up is iron ore. Use that later. And we discovered something. Look, 50 knowledge points. We have a road sign. West, heading to Stroomkap. East, Tilteren Jail. The village sounds like the most obvious one, but I'm going to the jail. After I did this. We get 5 cloth. Useful? Yes. These are refugees, by the way. I will get to the stables later. There's a reason I'm going to the jail. Well, actually 2 reasons. So we picked up wood and something else. You'll see that in a bit. There we are. New discovery, 100 points. But you also get, you need more discovery points for the next one. Knowledge. Now, what can I do? Run. I need to push shift, but I can run faster. It's useful. Then rationing, using less food. It's very useful. Frugality. Also very useful because that means I have to pay less. Weight training. Meaning I am able to increase my carrying capacity by 10, so I'm able to carry more. Smooth talk. Recruitment cost of companions reduced by 10%. Feed makers. Maximum valor points increased by 1. Valor points are those, or victory points, and you got 2 types of those. This is the permanent one. It's always useful to increase this. Location markers, I've never used it. I don't know if it's useful. It's something I will probably use later. Dodgers. Special meter depletes 10% faster. So it's easier to avoid dodge the guards. Cannibalism, yeah. Not really something I want to use, certainly not now. So those are the single points. Then we have career plans. 1 extra point in any aptitudes when leveling up, but at the cost of influence. This is all going to use 2 knowledge points. This is certainly useful. I will pick it quite soon. Relation best friends can use buy drink action to cancel one negative trait each for 300 influence. So that's counted cost, but it can be useful. And that is, yeah, they're becoming angry at each other and things will only be worse. You get sociopath. The advantage is you can use it at some point in fights, but no. Then we have the workshop, lockpick, python, and fishhook can be crafted just like a torch and a rope. Saddlebags are useful. And actually, I don't know. Yeah, he already has saddlebags. And of course, we have those. If I learn these things, I can basically get upgrade. So first thing I'm going to do is a choice between rationing and less wages. I know food is early game somewhat harder to get by until I have a cook, that is, as wages. So I'm going for this. This is my food. I can do 3 days. Or should I go for? No. And it's switched to 4 days. Now, that's the jail. Those thingies we see here are fishing spots. We will get to that later. So, jail. Now, there are 3 people in here. Julius.
This is a miscarriage of justice. I demand trial by combat.
Yeah, you can demand a lot. If I inspect him and I found out he is a pugilist, as you can see, Qatar, he's quick, which is nice. He's also lazy and he's a loafer. So, no, because he's more of a burden that way as useful. Nitik.
This is a miscarriage of justice. I demand.
Archer. For the At the time I don't need an archer. Besides, for archers, strong isn't a good one, and the profession and glutton, so no. And the last one is probably a her.
This is a miscarriage of justice.
Yeah,
I demand a trial by combat.
swordsman. Well, swordswoman in this case. Also lazy and a snorer. This means she can't get along with many people. That's a problem. That means I have to give her a profession where she has to be alone. So this part is useless. I can check every once in a while to see anything. What we have here, however,
The
is,
Lady Mayonnaise has offered a reward for any outlaw captured in the region. You should give bounty hunting a try.
and that's important, because it drops my wanted level. So if something happens, and if I have outlaws in my group as captives, I hand over the prisoner and this immediately drops. There's a catch. The catch is I can only hand over 3 prisoners here. 100. 3 times 20 is 60. So there you go. I need somebody for this and I need somebody for this. But what I want is this. 3 prisoners, I said. I don't need that one. We've got 151 gold left, and I leave it. The recipe, because I don't have an alchemist apprentice yet, and I don't have an experienced tinkerer yet, are left behind right now. Stealing is not a good idea. So let's head back. Like I said, I can turn the map. There we have iron. I want to get to town. Close to, so I can actually make sure that one of the negative demands is done before I have a rest. Time stops when a movement stops, by the way. I don't think I'm going to make it, because there's another thing I need to visit. And we have guards, stables. So what we got here, if I press Alt, something lines up in red. What I actually want to line up is over there, hemp. I can pick it up for free, get something else in return. Now,
Although the war in Edarin has been a boon for my business, I cannot help but feel for my poor ponies. I can tell you aren't soldiers. Take them with you if you can. Otherwise, they would most likely end up dead on the battlefield through no fault of their own.
and he also has something
When
to
I
tell.
think of how many people don't shoe their ponies, it makes me want to pull out the little hair I have left. Tell you what, buy a horse from us, and I'll throw in the horseshoes for free.
Now look at this, buy for 50. So if I want to buy a horse, you have the same thing. The thing is, I need 180. I don't have that yet, but I can inspect. And 59 carrying capacity. Then we have the other one. Same thing, but everything positive. Quick movements +1 and thick-skinned. So basically each one of these ponies is okay. Those can't be bought. That one, I don't have a thief yet, so I will leave that as well. Like I said, I want to get to the town. There's town. There's the discovery. I can make it, yeah. That's a merchant. I won't bother with merchants right now. There's far more important things to do. I need to rest. First, I'm going to talk to
My
her.
concoctions can heal the most grievous injuries. Be sure to hold on to the vials after using them.
There's a reason for that. She got 2 recipes. If I buy a recipe, it will show up in here, and I can actually learn it without using knowledge points. So basically you're spending money for a recipe. It also has a requirement for a certain rank. Thing is, I don't have an alchemist, but I can change that with Patricia becoming alchemist. Now, he had some things with bombs, remember? Look at what we have here. Hand bomblet using Elazarian powder, a recoil bomblet using the powder, coal and leather. So basically some sort of sneezing thingy. A bee bomblet. I've never used this actually. All units going through there, including mine. Recoil. All units in the area are knocked back, though including mine. Hand bomblets. All targets in the area lose 10% of their maximum health. So this is a useful weapon once somebody is already hurt, because it's of their maximum health, not current health. Then we have oils. Oils are applied to weapons for an offensive or defensive bonus. This is what I need. And this is what it does. 30% chance to reduce damage taken for 2 rounds. So basically, like, well, it is defensive, but yeah. Extra shields, invigorating. Every time a skill deals damage, 30% chance to increase dexterity. So this is a good oil for a ranger, a pugilist, a crossbowman, or an archer. Energizing. Strength. So for my warrior, the swordsman, the brute. And this is the thing I want to get a lot of eventually. I currently have 5. I have to increase that to about 100% of my crew. So that's one thing. Then we have a derelict tavern. And this is where the fun starts. Let's talk to Luke Baus.
As the merchant in charge of selling this little marvel, it's my pleasure to welcome you, mercenaries.
And he's got a very smooth tongue. I have to repeat to
Take your
mention
time,
that.
have a look around this fine building and just soak in the atmosphere. Let me draw your attention to the low-maintenance dirt floor and the roof that's never once failed in its 100 years of existence. But the best part, mercenaries? The price. For a tiny, almost inconsequential investment, you can finally become the proud tavern keepers you've always dreamed of being.
Now watch. Buy 1 crown.
Excellent decision, mercenaries. You won't regret it. I'll leave you to your cleanup. You won't be needing me anymore.
All the things you see up here, that's a food. But all the things you see up here means there is something. Woodcutter. Confirm. Okay. And this is the mini game. One of the mini games. That's the way it works. Circle gets smaller, things are going faster, and I simply have to make sure that I hit the circle at the wrong time. Now, move. There we go. Managed by the troop. Revenue during each shift. Each shift is basically set between every rest I do. I can't rest in my own tavern, however. Using prestige, I get prestige for the services, and using that I get better items to be used in the tavern, and the more prestige is get by the more patrons. Then, of course, there's satisfaction, comfort, etc. There we go. So currently a bar for 4 patrons. 5 comfort, 70 security. Mixed clientele, I got 200 copper coins, but no prestige. First things first. A menu. I need scullions. So I have to recruit because I have nobody here. I need 1 keeper, 2 cooks, and a brewer. I can hire a thief if I want to, but I'm not going to do that. Because, like it said, occupy seat, reduce security. So, the cook. Food production increased by 4 2 dish slots to the menu. That's what he's doing. His specialty, big batches. So that means another 1 in food production. So total on him is 5 food production, 2 dish slots. His specialty is a big chance for delicious dishes, which are more expensive. I need 2 cooks anyway, so that's one thing. I also need a brewer. So standard is alcohol production by 3. And then we have an extra 3 on 2 or 50% faster aging. So what I'm going to do is hire all 3 for a reason. First of all, he will become a cook. I don't have to look at this. He will also become a cook. That part's fit. He will become a brewer. That part is fit. She will become the tavern keeper. After all, when you're coming in, seeing a nice girl behind the bar, well, most men anyway. Most men would like to see a nice girl behind the bar, owning the tavern. I will keep him for a reason currently, because that's the wrong button. I can actually turn him into a bouncer. That gives me extra security. But there's something else I can do. Not this shift, but the next. Then, layouts. I can order equipment. We have 1 table and 1 wall item available. I still have the 200 crowns left, so 1 table going to put it here at the moment. We have one wall torch. Order to buy. Yes. Now if I do this, at least I have some light over here. We have a tavern barrel. I need one. Show you why. Oh no, I don't need one. I am able to produce currently brandy only. So that's it. I could increase the price, but as you can see, all of a sudden I'm getting 11% sales instead of 61. This is the aging, making it more expensive, etc. But basically, no. I have to keep it in reserve to do that. We have crocks wine, beans and grape promoted, which means anything cooked with those meals are cheaper. We have a shortage of mushroom, anything with that is more expensive. 86% of my clientele are bandits and 40% are kuche. They have no favorable drink. Everything, well, I'm just starting out, so as you can see, he can make 5, he can make 4. I don't have that much options anyway. 61% on bread and 0% on the creme brulee. But there's a reason I'm going to do what I'm going to do now. This guy is able to do great pork and wolf sausage. Confirm. The reason I'm doing it like this, he's going to do the roasted and he's going to do the normal ones. That's why. So that's the menu. We also had a task somewhere. I think I already completed it. I can customize the walls. Currently we have basic. When I have 500 copper pieces, I can actually use different wall type for more comfort and working class patrons. And the same thing with the stylish wall, but I get upscale patrons. Floor. That's what we have right now. Rustic floor, working class, 6 comfort extra. Stylish floor, 6 comfort extra, upscale patrons. So I can't show it because I can't select because I don't have that yet. What I can do is buy myself another table. One table. Because at 300 reputation I can improve this. I can order a single loot, and that's the end of my investment. And I will put this guy here for now. Drop this there for now. 50 coins left. I hope I'm able to get this. Yep. 11 comfort. Sales odds increase 70% and increase the effect on sale odds in the area by 25%. She's looking ugly, but hang on. No. Part. As you can see, this circle is her circle of influence. 2, 4, and those 4. That means 8 people currently have an influence. I got 16 comfort, 96 security. That's it. That's the tavern for now. This is the nice part of this game, I think. One of the nice parts. The fighting is something I like a lot, but this is a nice part because I can make a lot of money of it. I can even withdraw funds at some point if I want to. I don't want to, but I can. Plus, I still have my 150 crowns. Town Hall. Not much to do here. But we can talk to her.
Are you mercenaries? I'll have you know that we do not take kindly to refugees in these parts.
Really?
Why, you ask? Because they have overrun our streets and are now taking to the roads. Erdogan is sending our way anything with legs and a mouth that cannot wield a sword. You have your work cut out for you. There is no lack of honest folk in need of help to fend off the refugee menace.
Right. And that's the Bethesda game part we're encountering. The moral choice. Now we have...
You can use my anvil. I can also repair your armor. Oh, and I'm looking to hire a skilled blacksmith, if you happen to know one.
Nice to know that. Because I can do this. And we made a little money. And that's why I didn't give him a profession. Because now I've got a blacksmith. So, what can we do? Throwing knives, but I lack leather. Throwing sickle. Throwing hatchets. I will find occasionally the hatches in the wild, but I can use those for my ranges. Then we have a torch, which is a somewhat better shield as what we have now. And we have racks for clothing, armor 10. So all in all, let's check Marzi. Currently +5 armor, so that's double what he currently has if I give him racks. Last but not least, we have 3 persons here of importance. First of all, informant.
You. Yeah, you. You looking for work? I can give you tips and point you toward the best missions. The kind that pays much better than the measly rewards the mercenary guild has to offer.
It's not entirely
Of
true.
course, you'll then have to meet the client and meddle in other people's affairs. But at the end of the day, it's the number of crowns in your purse that counts, right?
So, like I said earlier about influence, it's important. This is one of the reasons I can spend 50 influence to get information. If I buy this, it will point me into a direction. Abandoned tower is something. Refugee looking for mercenaries who can fight as well as negotiate. And captain of the guard looking for mercenaries to bring him a criminal to justice. Those are the things. I'm not going to do this. We have this lady,
Might
at
you be
least.
looking for work? Our role as emissaries is to ensure that all service requests are fulfilled. We regularly update our job offers.
So, and this is what I meant about money. The arrow is pointing to where I can find the message. This is a nasty one. This is a nice one. So, what are we going to do? We can accept 3 missions. Now the nice part is those 2 missions remain here, even if I can't pick them. But we have 365, 465, 550 crowns in wages once we, no, in reward once we have finished the mission. Next,
Say, it's not often you see new faces around here. Well, apart from the Edoranian war refugees, that is. Feel free to come back often. There's always folk looking for work around here, especially since all the fighting started across the border.
39, I get 3 points. More important, this is costing me some more money, but much more important, it does the same thing on a campfire, except it doesn't demand special things. So, what do we have? Blueprint brewing vat, recipe apple pancake, recipe culture shock. The purple ones are special feasts, very useful. I will need the brandy. It's currently for sale. And the reason I need it is you have that one special trait on one of the characters demanding alcohol at a feast. We already have 10 alcohol. I don't know how I got it, but we got it. This is also needed for something else. And that leaves us with 3 more characters.
If you pay well, I'll come with you.
He's a pikeman. No traits. I don't need him yet. So let's see what else we have.
I was part of another group of mercenaries, but one morning they left without me.
Snorer, that's why. Ronnie is okay, but Snorer isn't. Also, this guy is an alchemist, and not really a problem. I can actually change
I
that.
won quite a few fights in the tavern. You can count on me.
Another ranger as a brewer, but club-footed, which is not good for a ranger. And I forgot to check on
If you
him.
pay well, I'll come with you.
Alchemist. 30, 60, and I've got let me think. I'll do it. Hang on, cancel. No trades. Recruit. Yes. Now I'm going to work out something else. First of all, his name. Using the S for spear. So I visited everything, but
Please, can you spare some food?
I can do
Thank
that.
you so much. I will pray for you.
Come, come. Take a look at my wares.
So I can dump everything I don't need on him. Currently, I do need everything. But eventually, I won't. I will also able to buy things if I want to. I'm not going to talk to this guy.
For a few crowns, I can polish your armor. Please. I'm so hungry.
Because he actually steals. So we have her.
You touch it, you buy it.
I don't have a cook yet, so there's nothing I can do. Over time, with this, I'm able to cook meals. And
Those refugees. I understand there's a war in Edoran, but that doesn't mean they can just help themselves.
same goes to what he has. Salt, fish, chicken, and mutton. They all are required for food. So that's the village. We have 3 missions and that one. Let's start with this one. I have my reasons. Also, if I go through the forest, as you can see, if I move through the forest, well, I can be attacked, that's one thing. That wasn't actually what I wanted to show. There's the rusty hatchet. What I was about to say is, when I move through the forest, we're also able to get ingredients. think. Patricia. That leaves one animal. Swap those two. Move to him. And now I'm actually lacking something. What I should need is, what I actually need right now are ropes, and I don't have those yet. It'll be better over time. Now the pikeman, like I said before, there's no other choice right now. He's usually able to support. Yes, because that would give me points at some point. So we got grease, fangs, hoof, meat, and 2 carcass. We need to repair again. And Patricia, yeah, has increased in level. Now what I'm going to do, we have Valorous Audacity. Next to an enemy not engaged in combat, you gain 1 point. Useful when I want to get the surrounded status on an enemy, but not for what she's meant to do. Victory, each and every kill gains 1 point. Supports, standing next to an ally and not engaged. Basically this and that are the same thing, except that's an enemy, that's an ally. This is the most important. Each and every kill. She kills, I get a free point in that, a temporary one. Willpower goes up 1 point. Done. Continue was it was the mushrooms I was looking for. Send back. If I encounter this, I have a very, well, like I said, there are moral choices in this game. Start here. I will change him into another profession soon enough. First of all, let's do some wood cutting. If I check on the team, we also have a knowledge point. You can see that he's got 10 points currently in his profession. thinking. About tinkerer, blacksmith, woodcutter for my spearman. Right. But tinkerer, alchemist, or thief for my bow. In that case, I'm going to turn him into a tinkerer. Into a cook for the time being. Which means I can do something else in a bit. We have a chest here with a key. I can take the key, no problem. I can inspect the wood piles, but I can't do anything. Well, stealing, but I don't have a thief yet. Then we have this lady.
I am terribly sorry, mercenaries, but there is nothing of interest for you here.
That's actually
This is but
bullcrap.
a simple sawmill, and I am its humble owner.
Yep, with that outfit. Let's go to the companion first because we have some things to do. The workshop has an improvement because we have a cooking pot and I turned him into a cook. Yeah. I need 8 iron ore to craft that. Anything else still needs to be learned. The cook get bread, grilled pork, wolf sausage, and these are all my recipes I currently know, including a specialty, no feast, no advanced yet. Then we have the brewer, brandy and cider, but cider needs to be learned. And I need a novice brewer for that. Then we have this. So out of all of this, I said frugality is actually useful. So I'm going to learn that first, especially considering I don't have that much. I currently already have 70 wages to be paid. We have a key, so let's go down. What do we have here? Well, first of all, 2 persons and a chest with a work manual. If I use the work manual, we get a knowledge point. We talk to the refugee.
Don't hurt me! If they flog me one more time... This woman promised us honest labor, and look what we got. We're treated worse than slaves, and the guard turns a blind eye. But then again, why would anyone help Eduranian refugees?
Yeah, there's a reason. Lady is gone. So I can actually pick this up. We have the companion. This is also very useful. I can pick the trade for getting more weight carrying or finding money. I will do finding money because I need 70 wages. But if we exit this place, we get this.
Sadly for you, ransacking a slaver's basement tends to be a bad idea.
If I negotiate with her, she tells me that I have to bring her refugees the first group, I think the first group within a certain amount of time. After that, we get paid. If I fight her, we know what to face, because looking at things, a pugilist, an archer, a ranger, and her. I don't like kidnapping people and use slave labor. So we got 2 hoodlums, a poacher, and her. Versus my 5 people. Poacher. That's why I keep her here. He can deal with the hoodlum. She can deal with the poacher. Where's the archer? Where's my archer? Oh, over here. Let's see. Because I have to... Can't make it. Barely makes it. Sometimes figuring out how to get somewhere is a pain in the butt. But always deal with poachers first. He's next, okay. Something to avoid. You notice that she has a lot more health as the other guys. She's also having a different kind of attack, as you can see. This one is a useful one, however. They have a lot of extra. She's the first one. Okay, once again, 2. She's pretty hard actually. Who's next? He. Biggest problem is I can't capture anyone right now. And if I want to capture someone, it's all but her. This time, however, glorious. That trait, and I can show you. So, more critical hits, base guard 3%, which is currently 0 because most of its, no, all of his armor is damaged. But glorious, chance to generate 1 valor point at the end of the turn. It's a temporary point, but it can be a very useful one. Especially when I'm able to do this. Wait, he's already been active. So near death. Oh, that's actually very useful. There we go, temporary valor point. Because she made a kill. Which I can then use to heal him. Next turn I can do the same thing again. Now I need to check a few things. First of all, this 100% success rate. I get bonus damage, but what I want is this. That's what ranges are very useful for. Okay, I got a problem with armor. I need to repair that all. Fine. I need to heal them, which is not good. Because I spent 60% of my medicine. Prisoners won't heal. And I have him. Same thing. Multiple units, one valor, kill, one valor, and support. So again, that one and willpower. Continue. And now I need to go to the camp for just a brief moment. Drop her at the campsite. Him at the campsite. Her over there. Him over there. And we have a special armor which is going to be given. Oh crap. I need to do this first. I need to be level 3. Only he needs. I can give things to him and that's it. Right. Offhand. Torch. Only one. Craft. Fish hook. Craft. That gives me experience points and knowledge. One rope. Craft. And 2 knowledge points. I can't do any camping gear yet. I would need that and that. But with the 2 points we have, I can choose between 1 extra mission to be accepted, 5 additional armor points for each repair material. Basically means that I need less materials to repair everything. Spend influence to add up 1 point in attitude and those. This is currently something I consider most important. After that I will start looking here again. Probably weigh the training and later run. Also, look here. We spent 5 knowledge points, so we gain a single point. Anything else doesn't have it yet. So I need 1 more prisoner to be turned in to earn money on that. Also getting close to our goal. Day 4, 7 o'clock. henchman, a raider, and the corporal. Let's see. They have leader's protection. Damage taken reduced by 15%. So once I get the galvanization, they still have that one, but I will do more damage. It's 3 persons. 1, 2, and him. It's not going to be easy actually. %50 extra damage. Target still has armor. Well, he's doing a lot of damage. I was afraid of that. So what I need to do is take out some of the other ones quite fast. Come and get me. Crap. Won't be able to hit him. That certainly works. Crap. That's one extra turn I didn't want to use. On the other hand, she's useless. He isn't. Doing a crit sometimes helps. Now, weakening. Damage done, that is. This was quite a painful experience. We do get heavy helmet, which can be used on him, which means a little bit more armor and guard. It also means I'm quickly running out of repair materials. My team has been. I think I need fighter. Yep, fighter. Critical hits. Good thing I don't have that yet. 14, 18, 19, 20, 4, 28. Got the alcohol, no paid. Everything is gone. Rest. As you can see, bar fills up. And now we have the nice part. First of all, the shift on the inn. 57 prestige, 12 patrons. Satisfaction 4, 15 prestige, 57 profits, sorry. The camp plus 4, 1 from food, 1 negative, that cancels each other out, and 4 companions to the campfire. Actually, it's 2 and 2 prisoners, but yeah, we get 1 valor point added. That means 4 out of 6, and the 2 raw materials. What I can do now, go to the tavern, and what we see up here is the skill gain and everything else. What we sold, the bread, the creme brulee, no creme brulee, everything else. 106 on recipes, income, we paid 60, total 46. Plus 40 on the beverage. The reason I check here is twofold. First of all, how many people are here, anything special? Second, management. Can do some stuff. I even can withdraw 100 copper. Got my ranking. Got my clientele. This is what actually came in. And my growth. What I can't is unlock that part. So I leave this be exit. Remember, I have 1 or 2 rests coming up. Before I have to pay. So let's go to the Highland Trackers camp. We have to talk to people again. There's some hemp. Can't pick things here. We only check. Only check what's actually here. Now we have a druid.
Envious of our war paint, are you? You're not the first. Sorry, mercenaries. Only those who have been initiated in our ways may sport these. To become part of the lucky few, you must travel to Ludern and ask the druid in the Tull's Glade. But be warned, the way there is fraught with danger.
Well, we will get there anyway.
Name's Brennan.
This is far more
Master
interesting.
Tracker. Our brotherhood is tasked with the culling of all the wild beasts on the continent. We reward hunters for their kills and protect the common folk from these vicious animals. If you want to join us and learn from us, you'll need to prove your worth and take part in your first hunt. Come back victorious, or do not come back at all.
Don't even bother trying to sell me your filth. I am in need of fangs to accomplish our ancient rituals.
Those. Everything I want can be bought for fangs, including a recipe for food, a recipe for a necklace, a recipe for the meat drying rack, and 2 reinforced layers, 1 for the movement, 1 for armor. Oh, I never got the traps. So I need to get fangs. First of all, I need to do this. Like I said, this one is going fastest. So we can go back right now. That's open. What I'm going to do is we're going to Stromcap, turn in the mission. That gives us 185, but we still have 72 wages, so that counts us out. Then turn in the prisoners before heading that way. I've got something. No, only the chest. I need 1 more iron ore for the cooking pot. Okay. Camp chest is useful, but I don't have a thief in the group yet.
Might she be looking for work? Our role as emissary here is your reward.
And the nice part, I can immediately pick a new one. Nicer part, this mission was harder at first, becoming much more easy right now. So let's see. Cook. Bloodthirsty, okay. Pike. And Pike Brewer. Volunteer, nice.
I'd rather become a mercenary than beg on the market square.
80. It's plenty. The P from Utilist. So what I have now, I have an archer, I have a brute, which can be supported by the ranger, I have a fighter, which can be supported by the pugilist, and I have a spearman to back up. Do I have the materials to craft anything right now? I can craft 2 charges. Very well. Back to the next mini game. Knowledge point. I want another touch. Too soon. Too soon. That's it. Armor, I need more leather. Okay. Christoph. Touch. This gives me a new skill. Protection. Which means in a fight, other than getting better guard and armor, in a fight it means that I can use valor points to actually, no, I haven't done that, to actually get a better defense.
You can use my anvil. I can also repair your armor. Oh, and I'm looking to hire a skilled blacksmith, if you happen to know one.
So that's done. Another knowledge point. Maximum 7. Oh, hang on. Did I see? No, not yet. I have 2 cooks. Thinking something. Ah, yeah. One of the tricks people use in this game, I don't prefer to do it, but is to use prisoners for certain job. Currently, I won't. This will have to do with that hunt. Now, we're getting to that later. First, I want to turn in the prisoners. And of course, get myself some resources if/when needed.
The Lady Mayonnaise has offered a reward for any...
I forgot something. Bike. Bike. It's very useful ones. Yes, we know about the reward.
For any...
So here we go.
Thanks for contributing to... Thanks for contributing to law and order.
And 55.
Thanks for contributing to law and order.
Look at my money. That's what I meant about making money with prisoners. We have 2 over there and a mission over there. What I don't have right now still don't have the materials for campfire, I think. It won't be long before the okay, we can do that. But this is going to be somewhat easier right now because my team is a lot stronger as my enemies. Let's spear. Patricia, Petra, Christoph. Christoph. Patricia. Martin. Petra. And those 2 for the center ones. Okie doke. That means you start. This is the protection skill. What I will do with him is make sure that he gets a skill point every time he starts attacking. By doing that, I can basically pay for that without a problem. Don't have the points yet to the ability yet to capture them. which is actually a shame. I only need one rope. Not needed. I can let them flee. First of all, it's giving me those points for the path. Second of all, well, I do need a ladder, but am I able to craft the... No, not yet. Still lacking one iron ore. Okay. To rename her actually. Lacking one iron, really. So this is something I get for free each and every time. I got 100 extra crowns, so that's very nice. 50 prestige. Bertram is going to level up pretty soon. And I got two valor points. Two of the other things off to the tavern. Yeah, we know that. Nothing special showing up. Screen is a little bit bumpy actually. May have to do with settings. I will look into that in a bit. Five leather. Now that's nice. Also, wages need to be paid next rest. 88. Sorry, was too soon. Those are the mission people. So once again. she's got that kind of attack. That's a big hit. I get a better bow.
Please, have mercy, good sirs. Have mercy on us. We didn't attack you to hurt you, believe me. We only wanted to scare you, so that you would hand over your crowns. Please, don't hurt me. It was wrong and we knew it. But Gothenburg requires so much gold to cross the border that we had no other choice. We have no other choice but to rob travellers.
So, if I execute them, 5 cloth. If I give them 200, which I can't afford at the moment, I get a bow. And that bow is quite useful.
You offer us passage. I can't believe it.
So, if I check this on Erich, then we have a level 1 radar's bow and a level 3 radar's bow. 5 to 9 damage, 6 to 11, while I'm currently doing 5 to 9. So basically this. The only thing is I get a different shot. This always gives pushback. But in general, the bow is, well, no, not in general. In my opinion, the bow is a much better choice. That means we completed 2 missions, but are still things to be unlocked. So let's go. I won't go there yet. $74, okay.
What's the password?
We don't know a password, but this is something special. I think I need one more discovery to get the next knowledge point. That one. Time to turn the map. No, not time to turn the map. Here comes the next knowledge point. Just don't want to deal with it. Scheiße, etc. Maybe not. This is a problem. Because the fight is going to be longer this way. Advantage, and have a nice ability to show off that new bow. Disadvantage, I was using the wrong person. Let's see. At least until I make my first kill, things won't be easy. Then, first kill won't be long. See if I am able to do this. Crap. No, not crap. So I need another kill, okay? Let's see, which is number one? That one. So let him run as errand boy for a bit. This may be very tricky. 58%? No, I'm not going to do that. Once again, a victory. Willpower up. Some things are so... I was always going to say easy, but I forget something. No. Yes, but he needs heavy. She hasn't. He needs medium. No, also heavy. She hasn't, and he hasn't. And the pony has leveled up. Carrying capacity +2. No, +1. Like I said, this is the easiest one. It's about this actually. Woodcutter. Able to make that camp chest. Cooking pots. Crafts. That means I got another knowledge point to spend, which is quite useful. Increase the number of missions displayed, so not being accepted. Bountiful bounties is accepted. I need to craft all of that first. Keep my knowledge points for that one. But we have a cooking pot. We got 2 cooks. Currently can't cook anything. In that case you might as well stay here. Hey, yes. See, that's immediately +3 happiness. But we still have -12. 15, 16, 20, 22. Rest. So we got 1 resin and 2, that's for the tree. And we have bandits.
Don't worry. My customers know how to behave, and I promise they won't cause any problems for you. I just need a place where I can trade with them discreetly.
I have a food slot available. But since everything is already taken, no changes. We have 57 prestige, 60 comfort, 72 security, and patrons are from the same class. We need 100 prestige, so it's going to take a while. That way. I will return to that woodland farm in a bit, but there's something else I need to do first. Actually, two things I need to do first. First thing is talking to those dudes.
We were sent from Alazar to rid the northern forest of its plague rat infestation. However, we are also looking for an infected man. Apparently, Stromcap cast him out.
I can buy this, but right now this is more important. That's the next one. Now we're off to that woodland farm. Hemp. I don't have any thief available yet. This is one thing.
Go away! Go away! I'm starving. I'm beginning to lose control. I might kill you.
So, in case you wonder what,
A plague rat bit my husband while he was out chopping wood, and Stromcap has cast us out. Ever since, I've had a very hard time finding enough food for him. I've nothing to offer in return, but could you take care of him?
So,
I heard what my wife told you. She's right, you know. I will eventually turn against her. Do what you must. I'd rather die than hurt her.
I need 5 wolf meat. To execute him, no. I need 5 wolf meat. And the problem is, I only have 2. So, what I'm going to do is, first of all, leave. And we're going to come back here later. So to the west, Stormcap, to the east, Woodland Farm. It doesn't say, oh yeah, to the north, Vertrus province. There he is, Gozenberg, border crossing. That's another thing we will come back to later.
I may not look wealthy, but if you pay for my passage, you won't regret it. Trust me. My cousin runs a tavern in the city of Gothenburg. If you can lend me the money, I promise he will pay you back threefold. I'm not lying. He truly does exist. You have to believe me.
I don't have enough money to cross the border. I don't know where to go from here.
What are they
We're not a
talking
charity,
about?
you know.
Well,
You need an official pass to enter Gothenburg, unless you are willing to pay. Up to you.
that is what they are talking about. So the nice part is every time I open something, you see what's going on here. Those are already completed, but that's still open. Now, I've done, come on, move, 3 hours right now. I think that's pretty well for an introduction. So what I'm going to do is, let me check. No, the other two are too far away right now. First of all, trying to collect that wolf meat. Know the spot for it. But I will need rules. Sometimes that's not as easy as it looks like. This is easy. That's not nice. Because I lost 44 prestige. He's a bit of a wuss. Such a shame. Oh crap, I forgot something. Tinkerer, blacksmith, alchemist, woodcutter, cook. No, I have 2 cooks. I still forgot something. New profession, scholar. Yeah, that's not what I was hoping for. I'm lacking 1 iron ore, but never mind. I have something. Very useful, because I can accept more missions now. That's what this was all about.
Please, untie me. Lahart's goons could be here any minute. They want to take me back to Edoran. I'm no danger to anyone. They're after me because I deserted. You can't imagine what they do to artisans like me in Wartales. Count Lahart treats us worse than slaves. I'm no danger to anyone. They're after me because...
So I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 professions, which means that I basically are going to need
I'm no danger to anyone. They're after me
11
because I
different
deserted.
people.
You
I
can't
can
imagine what they...
solve that 2 ways. One is by getting 11 people in the whole team or more.
Thank you.
The other one is using prisoners for certain
I'll
jobs.
work for anyone, except Count Lahart. I'm an excellent craftsman. Take me with you, and lead me to my future boss. I may not have the gold to pay you, but times like these, I imagine he'll pay handsomely for a man of my talent.
I will do this next episode. For now, you can see it on the map. So that's what's going on. For now, thanks for watching, and I do hope you've been enjoying it. I always liked this game, although I never got through all the territories. Hopefully I'm able to make that in this video series. I think I will. I hope to see you next week. Have a good week everybody, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.